In our past life, my junior sister immediately chose the pure white, beautiful fox at first glance. As for me, I picked the fierce-looking black snake. My junior sister mocked my spirit beast for being ugly and bad-tempered, but she never expected this black snake's true form was actually the dragon prince from the ninth heaven. The moment the prince returned to the ninth heaven, he demanded to marry me as his crown princess. My junior sister went mad with jealousy. She hugged me and detonated her golden core, trying to drag me to death with her. Reborn in this life, she couldn't wait to snatch the black snake first, leaving me no choice but to take the white fox. Little did my junior sister know that being the crown prince's consort isn't as glorious as it seems. Extracting spiritual roots, severing meridians, gouging heart's blood, these experiences shall be hers to endure this time. Welcome to Panda's Storyboard. Put on your headphones, get cozy, and settle in. Let's enjoy this story together. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. Now, let's begin. Master, I want this black snake. Junior sister Mirabelle pleaded coquettishly to our master. The master showed a disapproving expression. Mirabelle, this black snake seems to carry too much ferocity in its aura. It might be difficult to control. The white fox, on the other hand, has a much gentler spiritual energy. It would suit you better. Mirabelle hugged the black snake tightly, refusing to let go. No, master. Your disciple just loves this black snake. I took a liking to it at first sight. Perhaps this is fate's arrangement. Seeing Mirabelle's persistence, the master could only dotingly ruffle her hair. Very well, have it your way. Witnessing the scene before me, I suddenly realized I'd been reborn. In my previous life, I'd brought back two spirit beasts from the mystic void realm. One was a black serpent, the other a white fox. The mystic void realm is fraught with dangers, and any spirit beast that can survive there is certainly no ordinary creature. Therefore, our master decided to let my junior sister and me directly form contracts with them. My junior sister, with her delicate beauty and lively personality, has always been our master's favorite since childhood. She'd immediately taken a liking to the beautiful white fox and clamored to form a contract with it. The master didn't even ask for my opinion before giving the white fox to her, even though I was the one who'd brought both spirit beasts back. I'd had no intention of competing with her, so I simply contracted the black snake directly. But what no one expected was that this seemingly ordinary black snake was actually the dragon prince from the ninth heaven in disguise. He'd descended to the mortal realm merely to undergo tribulations, yet by chance, I brought him out of the mystic void realm, making him my contracted spirit beast. After Lucien regained his princely status, his first act was to marry me as his crown princess. My junior sister Mirabelle was green with envy at the time. Having always demanded the best since childhood, how could she tolerate me being above her? Thus, in her extreme unwillingness, she actually self-destructed her golden core to perish together with me. I withdrew my wandering thoughts and naturally picked up the white fox. Feeling the fluffiness in my hands, my mood became even more cheerful. Let my junior sister achieve her desires. Let her live in harmony with her contracted spirit beast, relying on each other. Mirabelle carefully cradled the black snake, treating it like some long-lost treasure that had been recovered. She looked at me disdainfully. Senior sister, in this lifetime, I want you to witness with your own eyes how I reach the pinnacle. When that time comes, all of you will be trampled beneath my feet. Wonderful, I replied. I simply can't wait. Who would have thought someone would be so eager to take on my calamity for me? Mirabelle isn't my junior sister. She's a living bodhisattva. In her past life, what Mirabelle saw was merely the surface of things. She only knew of my glorious days when I could become the noble crown princess of the Nine Heaven Dragon clan. But this was something I nearly lost half my life to achieve. Lucien has an extremely violent temperament. Although he was my contracted spirit beast in my past life, he showed me no respect whatsoever. He resented me for contracting him because he actually had someone else in his heart. That person was none other than Princess Daphne of Penglai Continent. In their childhood, Daphne once entered the Mystic Void's secret realm and shared a brief connection with Lucien, which made him unable to forget her for years to come. I took him out of the Mystic Secret Realm, which in his eyes might have been seen as ruining his destined marriage, let alone forming a covenant with him. Thus, no matter how much effort I put into caring for him, he remained as cold as ice toward me. Later, Daphne came to Floating Cloud Sect to seek apprenticeship, and became my junior sister, making Lucian's heart cling even more to her. When Daphne's spiritual root was damaged, Lucian dug out mine and gave it to her. When Daphne was poisoned, Lucian sent me to the perilous land of slaughter to find the antidote, for which I severed all my meridians. After Daphne was severely injured, Lucian made me extract heart's blood daily to heal her. Only after Lucian had tormented me to the brink of death did he successfully overcome his tribulation and ascend as the crown prince of the 9 heavens. Gazing at my lifeless form, he suddenly attained enlightenment and realized I was his true love. He then recklessly insisted on making me his consort, defying even the heavenly emperor's will. Truth be told, even if Mirabelle hadn't dragged me to death with her in our past life, my fate probably wouldn't have been much better. After all, how could the noble crown prince possibly marry a mere mortal? Given a second chance at life, I'd rather stay as far away from Lucian as possible. Since Mirabelle is so eager, let her go and experience the torturous love with Lucian. I just want to focus on cultivation, striving to secure a foothold in this dog-eat-dog world. I carried the white fox back to my cave dwelling. It lazily glanced at me, then turned its fluffy tail toward me, clearly unwilling to say more. I sighed inwardly, thinking it had exactly the same temperament as in my past life. In my previous life, I'd heard that although this white fox had a pure bloodline, it strongly disliked being close to humans. Mirabelle had formed a contract with it for a long time, yet never even got to see its human form. I spoke politely. It responded distantly. "You don't need to be so wary of me," I said. "Since you're unwilling, I won't form a contract with you." The white fox froze for a moment, then suddenly turned its head to look at me. It finally spoke its first words to me. "You took me away, yet refused to form a contract with me." Unlike Lucian's sinister ruthlessness, the white fox's voice was pure and melodious, instantly evoking goodwill just by hearing it. "This is only natural," I replied. "All matters should be based on mutual consent. My contracted spirit beast will be my lifelong partner. Why would I seek a companion who is merely physically present, but emotionally distant? I don't require my spirit beast to be exceptionally powerful. I only ask for its genuine sincerity toward me." The white fox examined me with surprise, sizing me up for a moment before suddenly speaking somewhat shyly. "Forming a contract with you isn't entirely out of the question. However, we fox spirits have always been devoted to one love. If I choose you, then even if we have to search the highest heavens or plumb the deepest hells, I would never abandon you. But I'll need some time to verify the truth of your words." As soon as the words were spoken, a sudden flash of white light appeared before my eyes. Immediately after, that snow-white fox transformed into a beautiful young man. The youth's skin was flawlessly fair, with exquisitely sculpted features, and a head of silver hair cascading freely over his body. "My name is Bran," he said. "Please give me your guidance, Isla." His appearance left me completely stunned. I'd never imagined that this seemingly ordinary white fox would have such an exceptional human form. More importantly, I could sense an incredibly powerful aura emanating from him, far exceeding what a typical spirit beast should possess. "Bran, I hesitated. "Your cultivation seems quite extraordinary." He smiled mysteriously. "Perhaps, but I've forgotten many things. I only know that I've been wandering in the mystic void realm for a very long time. As for my origins and identity, they remain unclear to me." I nodded, choosing not to press further. After all, everyone has their secrets, and I was no exception. As long as he was willing to be my companion, that was enough. Time passed quickly. Unlike my past life, where I'd suffered under Lucian's tyranny, this life was peaceful and fulfilling. Bran proved to be an excellent partner. He was considerate, gentle, and always respectful of my wishes. We cultivated together, explored dangerous realms together, and gradually our bond deepened. I found myself genuinely caring for him, not as a spirit beast, but as an equal companion. Meanwhile, Mirabelle's situation was quite different. Just as I'd expected, Lucian proved to be a difficult and temperamental spirit beast. He frequently refused to cooperate with her cultivation, showed her no respect, and even injured her several times during their training. "Senior sister, how did you manage to tame your white fox so well?" Mirabelle asked me one day, her face bruised from another confrontation with Lucian. "My black snake is completely uncontrollable." I smiled gently. Perhaps it's because I treat Bran as an equal partner, rather than a subordinate beast. Respect must be mutual, junior sister. She scoffed at my words. Spirit beasts are meant to serve their masters. You're too soft, senior sister. That's why you'll never achieve greatness. I didn't argue with her. Time would teach her the lessons I'd already learned in my past life. Years passed. I progressed steadily in my cultivation, with Bran always by my side. Our relationship evolved from companions to something deeper. We understood each other without words, supported each other without hesitation. One night, under the full moon, Bran finally revealed his feelings. Isla, over these years, you've become more precious to me than anything in the three realms. Would you consider me not just as your spirit beast, but as your partner in life? My heart swelled with warmth. Unlike Lucian's forced possession in my past life, Bran's confession was gentle and respectful, giving me the choice. I would be honored, I replied softly. Meanwhile, Mirabelle's path grew increasingly difficult. Daphne had joined Floating Cloud Sect, and just as in my past life, Lucian became utterly obsessed with her. He began demanding that Mirabelle sacrifice herself for Daphne's benefit. Give me your spiritual root, Lucian commanded one day. Daphne needs it. Mirabelle was shocked. But that would cripple my cultivation. Do it, or I'll break our contract and kill you myself, Lucian threatened coldly. Having no choice, Mirabelle complied, her spiritual root extracted and given to Daphne. I watched from afar, feeling a complex mix of emotions. This was the same torment I'd endured in my past life, now being experienced by the one who'd caused my death. But I felt no satisfaction, only a deep sense of sadness. Revenge, it seemed, brought no real joy, only the continuation of suffering. As Mirabelle's suffering increased, I focused on my own path. Bran and I grew stronger together, our bond unbreakable. He never asked me to sacrifice anything for him. Instead, he was always the one protecting me, supporting me. Isla, you've given me a reason to exist, he told me one day. Before meeting you, I was just wandering aimlessly through the void. Now, I have a purpose, to stand beside you, always. His words touched me deeply. This was what true partnership felt like. Mutual respect, mutual care, mutual growth. The day of Lucian's tribulation finally arrived. Just as in my past life, he'd tormented his contractor to the brink of death. Mirabelle lay dying, having given everything, her spiritual roots, her meridians, her heart's blood, all for Daphne. But something different happened this time. Daphne, corrupted by Mirabelle's endless sacrifices, had grown arrogant and cruel. When other disciples accused her of using Mirabelle, she coldly pushed Mirabelle off a cliff. You're just a tool, Daphne said with disdain. Did you really think Lucian would choose you over me? Mirabelle fell, her body broken. I rushed to save her, not out of forgiveness, but because I understood her pain better than anyone. As I held her dying form, she looked at me with tear-filled eyes. Senior sister, I was wrong, she whispered. I thought I could have everything you had, but I was so foolish. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for killing you in our past life. I held her hand gently. I know. Rest now, junior sister. But fate had other plans. As Mirabelle took her last breath, Daphne laughed triumphantly. Too triumphantly. Lucian, who'd just successfully overcome his tribulation, witnessed this scene. Daphne, he roared, what have you done? I grabbed Bran and bolted, because I knew this scene all too well. Lucian was about to awaken, to realize what he'd lost. The wind rose, and clouds surged, lightning flashing. In an instant, Lucian transformed into a black dragon, thunder rumbling across the sky. Interspersed with blinding golden light, the immortals welcomed their crown prince. Everyone was stunned by the sudden turn of events. Mirabelle's body lay broken on the ground. Lucian stared at it, his eyes filling with sudden comprehension and regret. But this time, something was different. You wretch, Lucian declared coldly to Daphne. I'll make you pay for taking away the one who truly loved me. With a single swipe of his dragon tail, he brutally shattered Mirabelle's body. No, wait. The excitement on Daphne's face didn't even have time to fade, as Lucian's attack struck her down instead. Witnessing her tragic fate, I couldn't help but sigh. In his previous life, Lucian hadn't had this awakening until after I'd died. I'd known all too well that continuing down that path would eventually lead to my brutal death at Lucian's hands, so I'd racked my brains to expose Daphne's true nature. But in this lifetime, Mirabelle had only known how to give endlessly, which Lucian simply took for granted as her duty. Not only had she not exposed Daphne, but Daphne had killed Mirabelle, making her forever remain as the pure white moonlight in Lucian's heart. Or so he thought, until he saw Daphne's true colors. "Hypocritical mortals," Lucian roared. "You killed the one who loved me. I'll make every last one of you pay with your lives." Lucian's draconic form flickered ominously among the thunderclouds, exuding overwhelming intimidation. With just a single tail swipe, he destroyed over half of Floating Cloud's sex structures. "Lucian, as the crown prince of the Nine Heavens, how can you treat human lives as worthless weeds?" I steadied myself and demanded. "How dare a mere ant like you speak to me in such a manner?" Lucian exhaled a breath of dragonfire. Countless cultivators wailed as they scrambled away, while those who couldn't evade were instantly reduced to ashes. "Oh no," I gasped. "If Lucian goes berserk, I fear the entire cultivation world will be buried with him. Perish, all of you," Lucian roared. My pupils contracted as I saw the dragon's tail about to sweep toward me. Was there really no escaping the fate of death? I was so unwilling to accept this. In this lifetime, I worked so hard, and even met a lover who treasured me like a precious gem. Compared to the crown prince of noble birth, I was still just an ant in heaven's way. Just when I thought death was certain, suddenly 9 massive foxtails appeared before me, instantly blocking Lucian's dragon form. I looked up in shock. Before my eyes appeared a pure white 9-tailed fox, and with it here, Lucian's attacks couldn't harm me in the slightest. "Bran," I exclaimed in shock. That fox, whom everyone thought was just a pretty face, turned out to be an ancient divine beast, the celestial 9-tailed fox. "Your Majesty, Bran." Lucian's shocked voice echoed across the sky. The 9-tailed fox lazily remarked, "It's me, little black snake. You're still as temperamental as before your tribulation. Such a disgrace to the 9 heavens." So Bran was actually the Emperor of Qingqiu, whose status was equal to that of the Heavenly Emperor of the 9 heavens. Now that he'd returned from tribulation, he was likely even stronger than the Heavenly Emperor. "You injured this sovereign's consort, and showed contempt for all living beings across the 3 realms, Bran declared. "Even the Crown Prince cannot escape responsibility for such crimes." Lucian transformed back into human form, carefully putting on an ingratiating smile for Bran. There was no trace left of the earlier demeanor that seemed ready to overturn the 3 realms for the sake of a loved one. In the end, he slunk back to the celestial realm in disgrace. "Why so quiet, Isla, my dear wife?" Bran pinched my cheek and teased. I slapped away his foxpaw. "I thought you were just a weak and pitiful fox, but it turns out you have such a powerful background. Tell me, why have you been hiding this from me?" Bran said pitifully, "I wasn't hiding it from you. I really just regained these memories myself. How would I dare deceive my wife?" I was utterly speechless. The next second, Bran pulled me into his embrace. "No matter who I am, I would never force you to do anything you dislike. You are Isla first, and only then Bran's wife. I will always support you in whatever you choose to do." Bran and I exchanged a glance. "Very well," I said. "Then I shall humbly request your Majesty's guidance from now on." 30 years later, I ascended to godhood. Upon arriving in the divine realm, Bran couldn't wait to propose to me. The betrothal gifts were so abundant, they nearly emptied the entire Qingqiu mountain. Throughout all realms, none failed to envy me for finding such a fine husband. Yet, I returned Bran's betrothal gifts. "If I stand by your side now, people will say I'm reaching above my station. Would your Majesty be willing to wait until the day I can rightfully stand beside you through my own merits?" Bran smiled gently. "Of course I'd wait for you, no matter how long it takes." And so, even after becoming an immortal, I never dared to slack off. Cultivation became my top priority. Bran couldn't help but complain aggrievedly. "Madam, even if we're not getting married for now, you can't ignore me like this. I've been left alone in an empty room for 3 whole days." "Psst, only 3 days, yet you make it sound like 3 years, I replied. Just then, a disciple came to report that the Crown Prince of the 9 Heavens requested an audience with me. Yes, requested to see me. Not Bran. "What's that long worm doing here?" Bran said unhappily. As I stepped outside, Lucian's eyes instantly reddened upon seeing me. I was startled. What was with this overly familiar form of address? In this lifetime, I wasn't really familiar with Lucian. Isla, he called out. I've remembered everything. You sacrificed so much for me. You do care about me, don't you? Come away with me. This time, I will definitely make you my crown princess. I froze, realizing Lucian had recalled his past life. Help! I really didn't want to get involved with this hot-tempered maniac again. My waist suddenly tightened as Bran appeared with a dark expression. Lucian, it seems you no longer wish to be crown prince, daring to covet this monarch's queen. As he spoke, 9 enormous tails materialized behind Bran. Lucian instinctively took several steps back. Isla, you love me. It was Emperor Bran who forced you, wasn't it? Just as Bran was about to lose his temper, I stopped him. Lucian, do you know the biggest difference between you and Bran? It's that Bran respects me and treats me as an equal. But you, from beginning to end, have only treated me as your possession. I've had enough of playing this tragic love game with you. If you ever dare set foot in Qingqiu again, I will show you no mercy. Lucian's face turned pale. I never saw him again after that. 100 years later, I ascended to full godhood and held a grand wedding with Bran. In this lifetime, I'd finally truly taken control of my own destiny.